It's the Richie Antipuna Show. With me, Heather Barton. Now here's Richie.
Hi, happy St. Patty's Day, all you drunken monkeys. Welcome to the Richie Antipuna Show. I'm Heather Barton.
I'm Richie Antipuna. This is the Richie Antipuna Show.
They know that because they're watching the channel.
Okay, I didn't know you said it.
Okay, well, there's an update in the CVS robbery from a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, the 8500 block of Frankfurt Avenue. I remember that one.
Yeah, they caught two of the guys, but I don't want to say their names. You know, we might know them. But they won't say why they arrested them. Like, they won't say what they have against them. But yet they charge the one guy with multiple counts of attempted murder, aggravated assault, assault of a police officer, robbery, and conspiracy and other weapons and violations. So obviously he has something to do with it. The other guy hasn't been charged yet, so I don't know, maybe he's just like an informant, knows what happened. But they really botched that job up because, and it's allegedly, we don't know for sure that they did it.
It's always alleged.
Allegedly.
But on another note, in the neighborhood, I've gotten plenty of emails, I think you have too, about the closing the churches and especially Ascension on F and Westmoreland. And St. Euclid and other schools, they're closing their doors in June. The
St.
funding,
Anne's.
oh yeah, St. Anne's also. The funding has run out and
So
they get no money.
that means the fund is over for the priests.
Yeah, fun day's over for the priest.
Yeah, funds up.
No pun on Catholic school kids though.
No, that's a shame. Well, now all the Catholic school kids are going to have to go with the real religious kids in the public school system.
No, they'll go to the charter schools. That's what Catholic schools are becoming, charter schools now.
Yeah. Well, with no churches, you know, it's have like unruly people.
I
running
know
all
one
over the
thing though.
place.
Once the church leaves the community, that's when the community dissipates. Like it just,
Because that's all they have, really.
nobody knew what come to the
faith.
community, right?
It's a shame.
So what else is going on?
Well, there was a report in a local paper back in February on the 22nd. It said that there was a well-dressed white man about 6'2" with black curly hair walked in Luke's Bar on Cedar Street.
Luke's Bar.
Yeah, and it's down near Haggard Street.
I know where it's at.
And it was like 11:30 p.m. at night, and he walks in and he tells the bartender to give him the money out of the register. And he ran out with $100, and the 55-year-old lady actually chased him out, and she slipped and fell on a piece of ice. And that's what they reported in
Do we have a clip of that? That probably would be
no.
funny.
No, but that's what they reported in the story, right? And then on the blog, a whole bunch of people were writing a whole bunch of different things. Like, I didn't have time to read it all, but some woman actually wrote, she said, because people had made some comments about like where the neighborhood bar was and, you know, just making fun of it. And the one woman said, there are so many junkies in our neighborhoods now for y'all, I don't even know who says that, it should be yous, to even access the barmaid as being drunk, because they were accusing her of being drunk. Luke's Bar is a good bar, and people have a problem with it because they don't like the addicts there. It's a peaceful hole-in-the-wall bar, but with much history at the bar. What the article didn't mention, since the editor took it upon himself to write the story without meeting them, here she chased them and caught him and got the money back. So she's only like 5 foot tall, they said, and she ran out the door and got him and got the money back.
Wow.
So congratulations to her.
Back.
And, you know, I just think that should have been the good part of the story, actually. That would have been better, you know.
Well, I won't be robbing that bar during her shift.
Yeah, he got some tough cookies out there. Or watch.
Huh.
And that was Rocco and Cherry, her name.
That's who
wrote
said it? Okay.
So, Rocco and Cherry.
Well, being St. Patty's Day celebration is coming up, you should leave your guns at home or check them at the door, because recently 3 men were killed by gunfire on Saturday, February 19th. 32-year-old Sean Flanagan was shot and killed by a doorman at the Carmen nightclub on Bustleton Ave up there at the 9800 block. He left the club and allegedly threatened the doorman, but then came back with a gun and shot at the doorman once and missed. And the doorman had his own gun and shot back and caught Flanagan in the chest. Same night, a 20-year-old Christopher Spence was shot at the T&T bar in Frankfurt. Mikkel Grant, 31, who was shot several times in the chest inside Scotty's bar in South Philadelphia. And another guy, 42-year-old, was shot during the incident, but he's in stable condition.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I don't know why guys get guns these days.
Guns and alcohol don't mix.
Beer muscles.
You know how many people I might have shot if I brought my gun with me? I don't own a gun, though, because that's illegal for a felon to own
Take
a gun.
a water gun.
Okay.
Shoot them in the face with a water gun. I would piss someone off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you piss in the water gun.
Yeah.
I used to do that when I was younger. I used to piss in the water gun, and all down here downtown, I would stop and say, "Excuse me, can you tell me where Penn's Landing is?" And when somebody gives you directions in the car, they always lean in your window. And then I just used to pick the gun up and shoot them in the face with piss and pull away. And the guy had threw beer bottles at us one day on South Street. It was
You're
fun.
so mean. You're going to hell. Prepare. Get an air conditioner and stick it up your. You're burning. Okay, well, there's a correction in the Northeast Times again, as they do pretty often. In the February 10th edition, they incorrectly reported that Daniel McGowan, 25, he was of the 8800 block of Alton Street. He was charged with drug distribution, and it was with a connection with a heroin bust that they did back in January on Ron Street.
Okay.
But here, he was really only in possession. And he was accused of selling large quantities of heroin, but he only had a bag. And
Oh, this is just a correction of the newspaper.
yeah.
Well, he will be charged with possession with intent to deliver and possession with
One
intent
bag?
to distribute.
He had
Oh,
one
it was
bag.
only one bag? No.
Yeah, like one bag.
Right, okay.
So he ended up getting 12 hours of community service.
At any rate, bing, bing, bing in this corner. Get ready for the rematch that will include, but are not limited to, mudslinging, teasing, taunting, name-calling, humiliation, criticizing, and flat-out lies.
Sounds like my divorce.
It's the 2011 down and dirty brawl between Maria Quinones Sanchez and Dan Savage for councilman. I also put a thing on Facebook that I was going to run for councilman, too. I got a pretty good response.
I thought mayor. I thought you were running for mayor.
No, I'm not up to that stage yet.
Oh.
Well, Savage had won a special election in November of 2006 to replace Rick Mariano, who I wish would have jumped when he tried to jump off the City Hall building there.
That's
Because
not
he
nice.
busted my balls so much about my after hours club. It was just, I didn't like the guy.
He helped me fold laundry.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's nice. But Sanchez beat him out in 07 with 52% of the votes. And Savage, who's 41, and with 32,000 new voters that she registered, I can see how. And also, her family owns over 100 businesses in the area, so they have,
Maybe they gave out free coffee.
well,
mugs.
whatever, but they have, they want her to be the councilwoman because that's the only area she hooks up anyway, is that area down where her family has their businesses.
So we know.
Yeah, so, Savage said last summer people who were urging him to run again. He made the official announcement last month at Kensington and Somerset, and he opened a campaign office at 2218 Glendale Ave in Rawhurst.
Cool.
There's too much crime and too few jobs, he said. It's going to take an elected official working with community leaders.
Sure.
Quinones Sanchez says she is willing to work with any group that has the best interests of the neighborhoods as its mission. However, Savage faults her for what he sees as a lack of working relationship with some groups. This is very true because I was at several community meetings where she refuses to attend. And, that article was out where she said she would not sit in a room with a bunch of white guys in suits.
Right.
That's her own comment. So.
Right. And it wasn't even a bunch of white guys. There was like 3 white
There
guys.
was African Americans. There was
a couple African American
Spanish,
guys,
right.
and I think a white lady and a black lady.
So she's been known to only fight for the Latinos, and she makes no secret of it, as we just said. She's more focused on the number of parades than the number of police patrolling our streets, he said. Her defense is that she has supported beat officers, community policing, and police service areas. As far as parades, she is proud to have led the council effort to protect volunteer organizers from absorbing the hefty costs for police presence. Parades go to the core of Philadelphia neighborhoods, that's what she said.
Wow. I don't know what, are people more concerned with parades? Because we can have parades all the time. So what's that mean?
Actually, you brought it up to her at the meeting at the that center there. What was that center called?
Bevilacqua Center.
Yeah, the Bevilacqua Center.
The day she
about the halfway houses, and she said, "Oh, that was thrown upon me."
Right.
How could
She
it be
inherited
thrown?
it.
Yeah, I inherited it. Well, if you ran for that office and you knew that problem was there, you didn't inherit it.
Well, I felt as though she was trying to boast the issue that she had so many
She was.
halfway houses. And then when I said, do you think it's wise to have so many
Right.
halfway houses right in the same general area where people have just
Where
came
they
out
use.
of,
Where they use.
right, they just came out of that situation of buying drugs and using drugs, and now they're trying to get clean, and they're subjected to that temptation every single day they walk out the door.
Well, somebody
And
said.
she
to me-
said back to me, well, they have to be faced with that temptation because they have to go back into the real world at some point. And I said, yeah, but first thing in recovery is people, places, and things, and you should remove yourself from that situation while you're trying to get sober. So then she kind of changed it and said they weren't going to adopt any more
halfway houses.
And the 325 that they have now.
Over the 325 they have now, right?
Right.
Unlicensed.
So get out and register, get out and vote. It's an important election. These are your elected officials that you can go to and ask for help if you need it. And, with Savage, hopefully he's not just focused on one.
Well, I hope
Ethnic
Maria Sanchez remembers the day she pushed you and almost
Well,
knocked
that's
you
nice.
going out.
She pushed the Aaron out of the way.
Yeah, she did.
Get out of here. I don't need that
So
microphone.
she showed you where she stood.
Yeah. Well, I was asked to cover that meeting, so I didn't volunteer
Look,
that.
she mugged your
And
ass.
because if I wouldn't have held the microphone up to her voice, they wouldn't.
She
She
still
wouldn't have
cracked
been
you.
heard on the news because our stuff was hooked into that thing, whatever it is.
On my block, she'd have got punched in the mouth, though. She'd have did that.
Don't
to
get me
somebody on my
started. You
block.
just want me arrested. Anyway, there's a squatter alert. Squatters, they put it on every block that, I guess you can
I ain't
just-
got nothing against squatters. So
I'm going to be one soon.
I ain't got nothing against them.
You could just announce whatever you want, I guess, on the one section of every block, like if something's happening or whatever. So somebody put that somebody moved in at the 2035 East Cumberland Street house. They took all the pipes and everything out. She said, I guess it's a girl.
I think that was Beppa Moreno's old house.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're like doing drugs in the house and everything. Everything's gone. So just to let everybody know, there was new neighbors, Cumberland Street.
Well, Heather, what do you got going on this week in the community corner?
2 weeks ago, I had mentioned about the House of Representatives passing the law about Planned Parenthood taking the
yes.
funds away.
How did I know this was coming back?
Okay, so 700,000 people have signed the open letter to stand with Planned Parenthood against the outrageous attacks on them.
Why can't
So-
they get that many people at the vote?
I don't know. But this is so important. So you have a chance to stop this still. It's not too late. Like, you can still go to the website. You can still sign the open letter. You can overturn this decision.
And remember, only you can stop forest fires. Is that how you used to say it, Smokey the Bear? No, only you can prevent forest fires.
Okay, so please go to the website and sign the open letter to every single representative in the House who voted for this cruel, unconscionable, unthinkable law, and to every senator who still has a chance to stop it. You can go to ppaction.org or call your state rep and tell them that you stand with Planned Parenthood. If you find out who your state rep is, just call and say, I stand with Planned Parenthood and I don't agree with the decision to take away their funding. And that's really all you have to do. It would take you 2 minutes. So get off do that, please. It's really important.
And ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Yeah.
Phil Abundance offers programs such as the Commodity Supplemental Food Program, which provides food to low-income seniors. To be eligible, you must be 60 years and older and meet the income requirements. You can call the helpline at 1-800-319-3663, and they're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30. And they give you a 30-pound box of food in an emergency situation. The Community Food Center is a food pantry. It is the lower level of the Lehigh branch of the Philadelphia Free Library.
And they have a community kitchen. It's a hands-on culinary arts school that they train people. And they help, the Baby Manna program is for formula for babies. So they have a lot there. I never even heard of that place.
Well, you got to remember they're always looking for volunteers. And you can volunteer, you can go to the philabundance.org, or you can get the phone number at blah, 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 blase, blah, blah.
Yeah, that. Go to the website. All right. Well,
That's family fun there.
Family Fun Day, you know, it's Irish weekend. Well, not really Irish weekend. It's St. Paddy's Day weekend. But, you know, people still want to do things with their kids. I know you're all going to be hungover, so you can't really just send your kids
But
somewhere.
everybody's Irish on St. Paddy's Day. Did you ever notice that?
Of course.
Everybody.
Oh, well, I am Irish, so.
I am too.
Hi-
I'm just saying everybody's Irish.
Oh, it should be that way. Celebrate our heritage.
Well, how come we don't celebrate Black History Month then? February. How come
I
you don't
do.
celebrate it?
I take off work and celebrate.
All right. Well, what do you got going on Family Fun Day?
Well, it's Big Bird's birthday bash up at Sesame
Say that
Place.
3 times fast.
Big Bird birthday bash.
Say it again.
Big Bird birthday bash.
Say
Big
it
Bird
again.
birthday bash. Haha.
Big Bird in my ass. When is that? When's the birthday? It wasn't that funny.
Oh my God. All right, I'm having a nervous breakdown right on the show. You're witnessing it. Saturday, March 19th, 2 to 3.
That's a season pass member exclusive event. It's all you can eat lunch buffet with Big Bird and friends. The event includes a character sing-along, Elmo's World Live Show, and unlimited rides on the sunny day carousel, weather permitting. Plus a party favor for each child. Saturday, March 19th, 11:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. Sunday, March 20th, 11:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. Season passes are required for every person attending the lunch. Reservations are required and can only be made by calling 1-866-GO-4-ELMO or at the park during normal operating hours or go to the SesamePlace.com website.
Well, I never knew this, but you can take tours of City Hall and go all the way up to the top.
You never knew that?
I never knew that.
Wow.
I've lived here, my whole life and never even knew that you could go in there.
I think you lived here your whole life.
Shut up. Well, yeah, only 4 people can fit in the elevator at times, so you have to call and make reservations. But you can call 215-686-2840. And it's Monday through Friday, 12:30 at 12:30 p.m. Or Monday through Friday every 15 minutes from 9:30 a.m. to 4:15 p.m. 4:15, that's weird. I guess they got to be out by 4:30.
Well, St. Paddy's Day is today, so we want to wish you a happy St. Paddy's Day. But can you tell us where this day comes from and what it's about?
Yeah, people wanted to have a reason to drink.
To drink, right?
And so they
Said,
just all wore green because they knew the next day they'd be throwing up green anyway,
right?
right?
Yeah.
No.
So really, why? You have to tell us.
Well, it originated as a Catholic holiday, as every holiday in America, and it was celebrating Feast Day, and they named it after the patron Saint Patrick. And he was the most recognized saint, actually, over there. And now it's become a day of drinking, singing, drinking, dancing,
Raping,
drinking.
shooting,
That's not nice. Bar hopping, drinking, you know.
promiscuous sex.
Well, that goes along with drinking and Irish people. So, yeah. So go out, take your kids out for the weekend, have family fun day. You know, paint your
And
kids
just
green.
dodge all the drinking and drunk drivers.
Yeah, and whatever you do, God forbid, don't drink and drive. Just get a cab, call a friend, call Richie, call somebody.
And just enjoy a shamrock
Carpool, get some, you know,
shake. Cabbage,
ham and cabbage. I love ham and cabbage.
green beer.
Green beer. Love green beer. Green eggs and ham.
Sam, I am.
That's all, folks.
That's-
Happy St. Paddy's Day.
Happy St. Paddy's Day.
Live, love, laugh.
Blip, blop, blap. That was it.